Hey, are you a vlogger?
I am.
And we are the dreamers of dreams.
Living life, spinning like a merry-go-round. Traveling all around the world, you know we get surround. Good vibes only. You know it's the one and only Justin Bravo. Come on. Yeah, that's my number one homie. Subscribe. Come on.
Have an appointment over Stratton Sport and Spine. Gonna have Brock finally look at this back of mine, and I don't know, it's feeling okay, it's feeling much better, but I want to try the backflip again, but I want to make sure I'm okay. My legs, my back, everything feels so much better. I wish I could have gotten here last week because that would have made a huge difference. But I think that I'm very close, maybe a week away from resuming the backflip.
Hey, are you a vlogger?
I am. What's going on out here?
Justin.
That looks like fun. You want to do a little board time for appetizers for dinner? All right, let's board. Oh, that's fun. Oh, man. I haven't skateboarded in a bit, so that was a little tiring. We did, I don't know, it felt like we went like 1.5 miles on those things. Really put some mileage on the board. Had a good time. I felt pretty good with it. So the problem is a penny board, and I know it's like I'm too big for a penny board and it's just ridiculous, but have a good time. Me and Gabriel got a little moment, so that was kind of cool. Had some kids from the neighborhood kind of run up and they recognized me from one of the vlogs I did at their school, and that was kind of cool. Like I love being able to connect with kids, especially at that middle school age, because they really are, they're into YouTube, they're into the vlogging thing, and it's super cool to be able to have that thing to relate to them. And I really enjoy, and I hope that I can also do what I can to help spread a positive message and do what I can to kind of help facilitate that communication between my generation and theirs. So anyway, I had a good time. But the one thing that has been weighing on my mind today is the 1-year anniversary of my Lita, my grandmother, passed away a year ago. And it's super sad. Like she lived a long life. You know, she was 98. So I mean, she definitely lived a full life, and she didn't have any regrets. At the end, she was like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to see what's next. And I always admired that, like, you know, to not be fearful of that, not to be scared of what's to come. Because, you know, you don't know, who knows, who really knows what's next. But she wasn't scared of it. She was ready for it and embraced it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Absolutely great woman, and I miss her. I really do. Especially the last 2-3 years, when I was going through the toughest part of my life, when I got divorced for a small little period, I moved back in with my parents as I was figuring out what I was going to do and how I was going to rework my life. She lived with my parents, and so there was a few-month period where we got to spend a lot of time together, and that was really kind of neat. And I think that she really cherished it, and I certainly did. She told me stories of her youth, and she always wanted to hear about what I had going on and what my life was like, and it was a very, very special relationship. I look back at so much of her storytelling and her ability to relate stuff that was from 70, 80 years ago and relate it to today in a way that you're like, how did you make that connection? But it made sense. And I think that, I hope that my storytelling can do that. Like, I hope that I can facilitate my story and my kid's story, my family's story, and be able to put it out to the world and do it in a way that is connecting the dots. And so I thoroughly miss her. She was a woman of stories, a woman of chocolate, a woman of love and family, and those are all things I absolutely love, and I am grateful to have had her in my life for the 35 years I did. So, missing you, Lita. See you on the other side.